Thank you very much. I do want to hire you to do my TV ads because you have got such a good voice. I think it's a perfect voice for that type of thing. And the other thing is that I might be in the wrong place because I thought this was supposed to be the Tea Party meeting. No, I am. I'm meeting
Orange Pico.
I'm meeting all of you for the first time tonight. I'm a doctor. I'm relatively new to Southern California. I grew up in the Midwest. I went to medical school in Iowa, did my residency in New York City, and I did a fellowship in surgical limb salvage in Chicago. Then I worked for a while in a county hospital serving a needy population, and my specialty is amputation prevention. We reduced the rate of amputation in this hospital by 72% over 2 years, and we published that in a medical journal. And then I was offered jobs all over the country, and I chose to settle in Southern California, where we have a very needy diabetic population here that can use our services. I also have a couple of national positions. One I just left with the American Diabetes Association. I was the chair of the Foot Care Council for the ADA. I helped them with advocacy and policy. I also work with the American Podiatric Medical Association on policy, and I travel all around the country doing lectures and that about health policy. I'm also a businessman. I own part of a business here in Southern California. It's called Paradigm Medical Management. It's a company that goes into hospitals. We're all over the country. We go into hospitals, and right now we have 26 hospitals, and we set up programs for them to help prevent people from losing their legs. In the past year, we went from 25 employees to 50 employees. We just bought a new building in El Segundo, so from the business side of things, things are going really well. I can tell you why I'm running, and I'm not going to take a lot of time because I'm respectful to the speaker that's coming up after me, and I'm coming back next month. And so at that point, I think we'll have some time to talk about policy and answer some questions, but I'll be here afterwards to answer any questions today. And I also left my business cards in the back, which have my personal email address on it, and anybody can email me. They also have a phone number on there that in the evenings, if I'm working during the day and I'm in the OR, you're not going to get me. But in the evenings, it gets transferred to my cell phone, and feel free to call me in the evenings, and I'll pick up myself and answer. But why I'm running is because I feel like our country has been run into the ground by career politicians who have really been irresponsible with our money and with our trust. And I think that the sentiment of most Americans is the same way. Briefly, somebody had emailed Minerva and asked her for me to make a couple of comments about what I thought about the district, how the district has changed, and how I can win in a district like this. So the first thing is that you guys know that after the redistricting, this district used to be, according to the voting index, used to be an R+9, a Republican +9% advantage. It is now somewhere around an R+2, maybe R+1. Before they included Simi Valley into it, it was basically even. And they put a little bit, this district now includes a little bit of Simi Valley. The main population centers are Simi Valley, Santa Clarita, and some of Palmdale, but not Lancaster. The district used to go very far north in Mono and Inyo counties, and that's been cut off at the LA County line. So it's more of LA County than anything else. The district also has changed not only in its boundary lines, but it's also changed in its demography. The district is now about 30% Latino, and 22% of those are a voting age. And so this is we think going to be a district that is not going to be an easy win for Buck McKeon. And the other thing I can tell you is that we're putting together a professional campaign. This is I'm a doctor. I'm not a politician. I've never campaigned for anything before. I know nothing about campaign. I hired a group. They're called the Campaign Group. Minerva knows all the people I've hired. They have run 500 campaigns and have a 78% win record. They did Chris Coons versus Christine O'Donnell. They do both Sanchez sisters in LA. They do people all across the country. And I'm taking advice from them, and these guys are top-notch. I also hired a media group that's run doctors' campaigns before. They say doctors' campaigns are different than any other campaign. So this group has done 3 doctors' campaigns before, all 3 winners, and now one of those doctors is moving on to the Senate. And then we're looking at this is a campaign that I don't think Buck McKeon has seen before. You know, I think Buck has had kind of an easy ride for the past several years, since he's been in Congress. And we're looking at a budget of somewhere around $1.1 million for this campaign. And I vow to you guys to make this a real challenge for Buck McKeon. And I really need your support in getting the word out. So again, next month, I'm going to talk a lot more about policy, but feel free to pick up one of my cards and email me, and I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody. So thank you very much.